Hi there, thanks for joining me for this walkthrough on some of the features that you can expect to see if you upgrade to the leader level option on our website here at safeti.com and on our learning management system or LMS that we operate on. So if you're already using our courses, you should be familiar with the platform itself. If not, don't worry too much. We'll take a walk through and show you clearly how this works in conjunction with the content and courses that we have on the platform. So let's get started. Okay then, so the first thing that you'll do if you're upgraded on to the leader level on our system is go to the My Organisations tab that you'll see under the learning option there at the top menu. That's one of the ways to get into it. And when you click on that, if you are either a lead organizer or a team leader, and we'll explain a bit more about what each of those is in a little bit, you'll be logged in and then you'll see the relevant organizations that apply to you. By default, the system will show you your alphabetically first organization on a list. Typically, most people are only associated with one organization, unless you're a consultant or you're advising multiple companies. Perhaps you may have multiple businesses in there. If you want to change it, you just drop down that menu, of course, and you can switch between organizations to the correct one you want to view. Once you're on the correct page, you'll immediately see the organization name and the number of seats or users that you have actually named within the organization. You'll also see to the side then the amount of capacity or the remaining number of users that you can add to your system. And that depends on whichever agreement that you have with us. And there's various options that you can choose depending on how many users there are or how many employees there are in your organization. Okay, so let's look at some of the key features within this mode. And we'll look at it from the point of view of lead organizers first. So to give you a bit of context, if you are a lead organizer for a business or organization, you'll have the ability to create and manage learning teams for that organization. So in other words, you can create multiple teams for different types of learners within the business, and you sort of have oversight of all of those teams, and within those teams you would have team leaders, and that may be yourself or it may be other employees, supervisors or managers, which you can then allocate and assign as the team leaders. So first off, let's look at, if you are a lead organizer, how you would add a team. To add new teams then, you just click on the Manage Organization button. You can view your existing teams on this list that comes up, and then you can select the Add Team tab at the top here to add an entirely separate learning team. This gives you the autonomy to create bespoke groups of learners, as I mentioned earlier, who are assigned to specific courses. For example, if you had a manual handling course and it only applied to some employees due to the nature of their work, the group would then include those specific employees and have only that one course associated with it. You can also add new team leaders from this pathway if they're not currently on the system. Otherwise, if they have been added by the administrator, which is us usually, on the back end of the system, they should appear as an option if you click the Team Leader Already Exists checkbox, as you can see here. Once you've configured the team name, team leader and allocated the relevant courses for your group, press Save and it will bring you back to the organization page where you can see the new team under Team Names. It's worth noting in this section as well, you can configure under your organization welcome emails for your new team leaders, alongside sending out communications or broadcast messages to all of the team leaders that you have in the business or in the organization for any updates or important communication that you want to share with them. Let's look at some of the useful features we have for managing your learning teams once you have them created at an organizational level. Firstly, you can manage the course assigned to a team within the team management function. As you can see here, you can select or deselect any course that has been made available to your organization. And this is controlled by us at Safeti during your account setup and can be changed at any time according to what courses are available on the platform. You can add or remove team leaders here, and you can also add a team leader as a team member. In other words, a group learner when you want them to take the courses as well. By default, this isn't the case, and the team leader won't actually take one of your seats or one of your user spaces in your team until you actually select that option. Once you do, this means that they're also assigned to any appropriate courses within that team. Lastly then, you can manage your team, and this includes adding new team members, editing contact details and setting new passwords where you need to. You can also bulk upload users, which is a really useful feature. Instead of adding your users individually, you can upload them as a group via a simple spreadsheet. Moving on then, you can start to monitor the progress of your users. Just select the name of a user and specific course, and you'll get a live update on the completion progress from that employee. Again, as we saw with the organisation level management features, you can email all of your team members, or you can send out a broadcast message to a message board, and this message board can be placed on a group page which we can create for you if you want to have general information that you share with any of your users, for example. You can also configure your team welcome email in this area too, so that as soon as you add a user to the system, they automatically get a specific company email to introduce them and welcome them to the system. And we've lots of shortcode options to automatically input some of the specific information such as usernames, team names and so on as part of this function. To wrap us up on the management end of things here, let's step back to the organisational level again. And if you are a lead organiser for your business, then you'll have the ability to generate a detailed user report for all of your platform users. This includes information on courses, teams, users, completion percentages, and team averages. Of course, this info can be really helpful to managers and useful to help monitor progress and or to generate metrics to feed back to your organisation. To finish this up then, let's look at what your team members or learners will see. And as a learner, the process is quite simple. If you have been using our platform already, you'll basically see within the My Learning profile the same thing as you would see as a user on your own on our platform. By clicking a link on the welcome email or simply by logging in via the My Learning page at the Safeti.com website, the learner or team member will immediately see their allocated courses. As I was saying, this is exactly the same as any other learner using our platform, with the ability to quickly view completion progress, access certificates and courses easily via your own learning profile. If you do have a membership level with us, what the users see in this section is then of course dictated by them being added to a learning team via your organisation, as we've just discussed in some detail. Hopefully this brief overview gives you an idea of the key benefits and the fantastic value that you can get from our leader level upgrade options here at Safeti.com. We also have lots of flexibility when it comes to content development, company specific branding options and so on. If you'd like to get a quotation for your organisation or just want to discuss the options in more detail with us, just get in touch via the live chat tool in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Thanks a million.